presentation of the Oregon Sports Network.
And Oregon is going to play in the national championship game. Big Ten champions. Big Ten champs.
National champions, yes.
Oklahoma City bound the Oregon Ducks.
Awesome day to be a Duck, man.
Boom inside. Touchdown Oregon. He gets loose. Fires. Hit. Pops the three. Oh, yeah. It's all Oregon.
This is Duck Insider. Duck Insider.
It's about how to be a group of people that know how to love each other to the absolute fullest.
Pleasure, a joy to be with them each and every day, and I can't wait for the future.
It's just fun to be a part of a community that cares, that is passionate, and when we come together, powerful things can happen.
This is Duck Insider on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield, presented by OnPoint Community Credit Union. People are the point. Now let's go live to the Country Financial Studio to talk Oregon Duck Athletics.
Let's do it. Oregon football preparing for a college football playoff game next Saturday. We've got some Big Ten bowl games to look at, though, this weekend. On Friday, Jerry and Georgie will join us. Tomorrow, they're back to talk through some Big Ten picks. The bowl pick'em means a lot because Jerry and Georgie tied for last place, which means whoever wins the bonus bowl pick'em finishes second place. Good luck, Jerry and Georgie. They'll be with us tomorrow here in the Country Financial Studio as we all continue to get ready for postseason football. Really looking forward to it. And we will, over the course of this entire show, spend some time reviewing a true golden era of Oregon athletics that is continuing here, getting ready for a college football playoff game. Alex, though, asking a big question. I can't find it anywhere, Joey. Has it been announced what color to wear to next week's playoff game? Green. Green. I know green because I read my Duck Mail newsletter. Shout out to everyone that puts together the Duck Mail newsletter. Good stuff. So during the course of the year, our Hall of Fame induction ceremony happens at some point in the fall. It's always attached to an Oregon football game. It's usually the Friday before an Oregon football game. And then those of you who are at Autzen Stadium will see the Hall of Fame inductees get recognized. We usually announce the Hall of Fame class in the spring. So there's kind of a couple touch points with this. There's when we make the announcement in the spring. We talk about it on the show, think about the great accomplishments of all these individuals. Then we think about a time in the fall to recognize them. Well, as you can imagine, in the fall, it's like, boy, we got a lot of things going on. So for this year, it was right before the USC game that the Oregon Athletics Hall of Fame class was inducted. And so it's kind of become an annual tradition now on the show that unless a bye week, for example, for Oregon football falls around when we have the Hall of Fame induction ceremony, it's always been finals week where I like to revisit the Hall of Fame class, and that's what this show will be today. Revisiting the 2025 Oregon Athletics Hall of Fame class, which I'm telling you is a really special group. A Heisman Trophy winner, a Bowerman Award winner, an Olympic medalist, a Remington Trophy finalist, 9 NCAA championships in this class of 2025. And combined, the 5 individual inductees won 24 All-America certificates, while the women's indoor track and field teams from 2011 to 2014 joined a very exclusive club of NCAA champions. And leave it to Oregon track and field to just have 3 years of championships that we have to induct. And that's where we begin to celebrate the 34th Oregon Athletics Hall of Fame class. The indoor track and field program at Oregon is perhaps the greatest in the athletic department. Just look at the individual accolades. Look at the team titles. A remarkable run of 5 consecutive NCAA championships includes the 2011, 2012, 2013, and 2014 teams, as well as the previously inducted 2010 squad. Oregon became just the second program in NCAA history to win 5 consecutive women's indoor national titles. Just think about that. 5 consecutive women's indoor national titles in 11, 12, 13, and 14. So we asked a couple individuals, hey, can you come up and represent these great teams? Alexi Pappas and Chizoba, she goes by Chi-Chi, Chizoba Okodogbe, were kind enough to volunteer to chat about that remarkable run. The women's indoor track and field teams from 11 to 14 inducted into the 2025 University of Oregon Hall of Fame class.
Chi-Chi and Alexi have been, I think, voluntold to represent the team, but in all seriousness, they volunteered to represent some really amazing teams. So to both of you, thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
Thank you. We're honored.
I mentioned that it kind of feels like a reunion. Does it feel like that for the two of you tonight, just to see all of these faces?
Absolutely, absolutely. The crazy part is that everybody looks exactly the same. And I feel like it feels like there hasn't been that much time in the time that we've last seen each other. It's like, it's just been like a day has passed, and it feels so normal, as if I've been talking to these people keeping in touch with these people for a while, so yeah.
I was curious because Laura just talked about like there was some pressure too for everybody. Like you don't want to be the one that doesn't get the win. Alexi, what was that like? Like how was that feeling and that team camaraderie that you all had?
I think the thing you learn when you join the Oregon team is the value of a single point, right? And a lot of these championships came down to 1 point, and one single point means you passing one single person in one moment in a race. And what's so beautiful about that is that 1 point means that you really learn the value of one person. And that is really a powerful thing to learn when you're quite young, that you can make a difference by just trying your hardest and not knowing if that 1 point will be the difference between a team title or not. And so your only duty is to just try your best, and your goal is to contribute. And so I really think that that's what we learned being a part of these teams.
And to that point, I'm curious, just the competitive fire that clearly you all had, right? I mean, how much did you make each other better at practice every day, both of you?
Well, I talk a lot of mess, so that's how I like to motivate people. I talk a lot of mess. And yeah, like when you see your teammates doing well, it motivates you to do better. You want to rise to the occasion. Like Oregon breeds excellence, so you don't want to come here and be mediocre.
Well said that, yeah. You don't want to come here and be mediocre. We're going to make the bumper sticker.
Yeah.
I promise. Just some favorite memories that come rushing back as you see all of these faces. Any stories that you can tell us tonight?
You first, Alexi.
Yeah, I mean, I remember, I'll just talk about one girl that's not here, Ann Kesselring. She's amazing. She's still one of my best friends. She's an NCAA champion. And I remember when I moved here, I didn't have a car. I didn't have a way to get like a basic item to put in my house. And she offered to take me to Target. And I felt so nervous to like accept that favor from her. And she said, I'm German, and I don't say anything I don't mean. It would be my pleasure to take you to Target. And I think that there's something really beautiful about the kind of teammateship that is doing it both because you want to and doing it because there's a higher duty to do for your teammates what you hope that they will do for you. So that was one of my favorite memories. And another memory with her was we wouldn't go out before meets, obviously, but we would just, I didn't know Eugene that well when I moved here, and we would have a friend drop us off in a random place, and we would just walk home. And that was a good memory, too, because we had these adventures in Eugene, and it's a magical place, and the team makes it even more magical.
Yeah, it's really like what Alexi's saying. It's the little moments, even the moments outside the track, the camaraderie, the family. A couple of moments I remember, or just even after practice, sometimes we would go and play volleyball. And that really stuck with me because it was just so fun. Even just hanging out with each other at each other's houses, just the family moments that we developed, those were the highlights for me, essentially.
You both have talked about like the spirit of excellence, and certainly you competing here in Tracktown, USA. I just want to leave both of you maybe with this, like, can you describe that feeling of upholding that excellence and what that's meant to you and these teams that are so celebrated for all the right reasons?
Honestly, when people find out that I went to Oregon, like, again, when you're in the program, you take it for granted. Like, you know, it's just something you do. But when people find out I went to Oregon, it's such a big, big thing. So I remember that I'm representing something that's bigger than myself, and it's a beautiful thing to be part of that. Like, I can't underscore the importance and the beauty of that.
Yeah, I think what you're talking about is like a tradition, and some people come from lots of traditions or big family, traditions really, and some people don't. And I think that for me, joining the Oregon team meant joining a tradition that wouldn't exist at all without all the individuals. And so I feel like the opportunity here is to both join and add to a tradition that can only continue if we're part of it. And that's like, I guess it's that sense that you belong somewhere, and that that means like so much to me, and it will always mean a lot to me. And I think everybody feels the same, and that's what makes it magical, is that everybody has a shared feeling of gratitude, responsibility, and confidence. Because when you're a Duck, you get to walk for the rest of your life feeling like you're a part of that thing that you're so proud of. And it's like, man, it's like rad. It's super rad.
Well, thank you to both of you for representing some really amazing teams with amazing accomplishments. Thank you.
Thank you.
So great to chat about that truly golden era. And I always say this to anyone that asks me, like, hey, what to know about the University of Oregon? Certainly with football's popularity and just the boom, the growth. But let's not forget what happens in Tracktown, USA, and what has happened in Tracktown, USA. There's a reason we call this place Tracktown, USA. Thanks to Okodogbe and Alexi Pappas for talking about it, because that is that pressure of excellence. That's real. They went through it. Coming up, a couple more track and field athletes that know about that. Jenna Prandini, Sam Crouser. Also softball's Janie Takeda-Reed. And football's Hroniss Grasu, Marcus Mariota. All coming up on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Hi, Jan from Toyota with a holiday message. Toyota-thon, Toyota-thon, Toyota-thon is on.
Dealer inventory may vary. Toyota-thon ends January 5th. See your participating dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places.
As a local community credit union founded by teachers, OnPoint is committed to supporting the students and faculty at the University of Oregon. And on game day, we're right there with you, on the field, in the bleachers, and in the classrooms. Drop by one of your local branches today and discover the many ways OnPoint can help support your financial well-being. OnPoint Community Credit Union. People are the point. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing opportunity.
Hi, Jan from Toyota with a holiday message. Toyota-thon, Toyota-thon, Toyota-thon is on.
Dealer inventory may vary. Toyota-thon ends January 5th. See your participating dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places.
Your daily dose of Oregon athletics. This is Duck Insider from Learfield.
Let's take a moment to breathe. Deep inhale. Extend your spine. Remain focused on what you're doing. If safe to do so, exhale slowly, leaning to one side. Inhale back to center. If safe to do so, exhale slowly to the opposite side. Find mental health resources at loveyourmindtoday.org. This message is brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ed Council.
Put your phone on D&D, that means that do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please, so always sing with me. So put your phone on D&D, that means that do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please, so always remember this beat.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Duck Insider presented by OnPoint Community Credit Union. Joey Mack in the Country Financial Studio. This year's Oregon Athletics Hall of Fame class celebrating them today. Jenna Prandini next on the list from women's track and field. Competed from 2012 to 2015. Won the 2015 Bowerman Award following a remarkable season that saw her lead Oregon to the NCAA Outdoor title, a runner-up finish at the indoor meet. Scored a combined 49 points for the Ducks between two events. In her career, Jenna Prandini won 3 NCAA titles, 5 Pac-12 championships, and earned 14 All-America honors. Was a redshirt freshman, burst onto the scene, and later in her career competed multiple times at Hayward Field. A 2-time Olympian, named the Track and Field Outdoor News Track Athlete of the Year, and the Collegiate Track Athlete of the Year during her senior campaign when she won the Bowerman Award. She went on to win U.S. titles in the 200 in 2015 and in 2018 and earned a silver medal as part of the U.S. 4x100-meter relay team at the Tokyo Olympics. Jenna Prandini, one of the best we've ever seen in Tracktown, USA.
I'm curious just to start here because there is so much success in your sport. And to just be part of that, I want to start there because I'm going to borrow this from Alexi, just the amount of success that you all have been a part of. What's that meant to you?
I mean, it means the world to me. The whole reason that I came to Oregon is because I wanted to be a part of something bigger than me. And the girls that we all saw earlier today, they're the reason that I'm here today. And they did great things, and they showed me what greatness was. And my only choice was to level up to them and contribute to the team or get out of here because Oregon track and field, we expect greatness. And these girls showed me what it took to be at that level. And I'm forever thankful to be a part of this team with them.
Wait, that led me to my next question. Just who else do you want to thank tonight? Who else helped you get here?
First, obviously, my family. My parents are here today, my older sister, a couple of my family members. And then my brother, he didn't get to make it. But my parents and my older brother and sister, they've been the people with me every step of the way. And I don't think that my parents, between the two of them, have ever missed a sporting competition all the way through Oregon. They're just so supportive and through the ups and the downs. Like Sam was saying, they've never pressured me to do anything that I didn't want to do. And they've taken this dream and just made it thrive. And the reason that I'm sitting here today is because of them. So thank you for everything that you've done. And then obviously the University of Oregon for just giving me a chance to be here today and be a part of this historical program. The coaching staff, the training staff. I had to call Tracy my second mom because I was in the training room so much, trying to stay healthy. And then a special shout out to Curtis. The moment he stepped on this campus, I don't know where he's at, but he changed my life forever. And he took something that was just a dream of mine, and he turned that into reality. And when you can click with a coach and have that bond and have someone truly believe in what you're doing, it makes doing what I'm doing so much easier. So I think the reason I'm here today and the reason that I was able to get to that next level is all because of him.
Take us down memory lane. Favorite memories, stories tonight?
Man, I have so many memories because this is Tracktown. So obviously I had all this time here running for the college, but now I run professionally. Every meet, every championship's here, all the Olympic trials, all the U.S. champs are here. So I have so many great memories competing here, but definitely, I think in 2015, we accidentally broke the indoor record, and we didn't win that year. But we came back and won the outdoor championship, and that was the first time in, I think, like 31 years that we had won that championship. And it didn't go by the charts. The points that we thought we would score, we didn't really score. And then we had people, like Alexi was saying, like, people in the distance, all the field event people were doing their thing, and we were scrappy, and we got all these points, and we ended up winning. So to be able to win at Hayward Field in front of all the hometown fans and do it with my teammates and best friends, it was a memory of a lifetime.
You know, you mentioned, and I could have asked this to so many people tonight, but you mentioned just what it's like to compete at Hayward, and you've had the opportunity to do that multiple times. You know, what's that like? What's it like to compete at Hayward Field?
I mean, it's incredible. I think, you know, talking to my friends that didn't get to go to school here, they're always like, you have an unfair advantage because when they say your name, people erupt. It's just like they're automatically your hometown favorite. But I remember like vividly in 2015, we were in the call room at the Old Hayward, and I was getting ready for the 200, and Raven and I think Annie they were running the 800, and Raven was crossing the finish line. She had won the 800, and the stands were like shaking, and the crowd was just going absolutely nuts. And I'm just like, get me out on the track. I'm ready to go. So it's an incredible experience to be able to be out there.
What's it meant to be a Duck?
It means everything. To be able to represent this, I mean, it's Tracktown USA, and there's so much history in track and field. And for this sport, like everything starts in Eugene. And so to be able to be a part of this program and now get to come back every single year for our championships, it means the world to me to have the support of the school, but not just the school, like the community as a whole. They always support their Ducks forever.
Well, thanks for being a Duck, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Jenna Prandini, truly one of the best we've ever seen. Big reason why she's in that Oregon Athletics Hall of Fame class this year. Next up, another track and field competitor in Sam Crouser. Pretty historic what Sam Crouser did for multiple reasons in his career. He is a family, or I should say part of a family, that is truly elite in their field. All kinds of championships. And Sam Crouser carved out his own legacy in track and field lore by winning 2 NCAA men's javelin titles and 4 consecutive Pac-12 javelin crowns. After the 4-time All-American redshirted his first season in Eugene, began that remarkable run by winning in 2012 with a throw of 250.11. Later that season, the 2012 Olympic trials, he won silver, had a collegiate best throw, which still ranks second all-time at Oregon. Crouser went on to win the Pac-12 javelin crowns in 13, 14, and 15. Big part of some huge Oregon teams that won titles in that era. His 2 NCAA javelin titles coincided with Oregon's first 2 NCAA men's track and field championships in 30 years. He helped get Oregon back to the top of that podium. Now, he joins his father, Dean, class of 2003 Hall of Fame inductee, and Uncle Brian, a class of 2001 inductee, in the Oregon Athletic Hall of Fame. Sam and Dean are the first father-son combination to be enshrined in the Oregon Athletics Hall of Fame. Sam Crouser.
Definitely a little nervous, but you know, this is just a great group, and I'm just so thankful to be a part of it. You know, when I first got that call actually from Mr. Mullins, I was at work, and I was like, oh, Kentucky number, must be spam or something. And then Lauren Crockett sent me a thing, and I was like, you're gonna want to answer this, I think. And I was like, for what? You know, so I ended up getting it. But it's just an honor to be here, and I can't believe, you know, just the class we have and stuff. But just an amazing night, and I'm really blessed to be here.
Okay, well, you don't sound nervous. We all agree with that. Were you more nervous coming up here or in many of the very, very important throws that you had in your career?
Oh, definitely here. Yeah, definitely here. But no, I think the biggest thing, like, because I've been done for a little while, I know it's been about 10 years for me, but it's been a big reflection, just looking back, and because, you know, like Laura said, you don't really have time as when you're competing. But as I kind of stopped, and you get time to like look back at everything and just feel like, wow, that was a lot of accomplishments, and just how much, like, how big the journey was. Because, you know, for a lot of us too, you start at a really young age, and then when it all comes to an end too, there's just a point where you have to kind of be like, look back at all the little pieces that made a bigger picture.
Well, and I'm curious to ask you this, because for those that aren't aware, there's a little bit of history being made tonight. This is the first time that there is a father and a son, both in the Oregon Athletics Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Yep.
That's pretty cool.
That's really cool. Yeah. I mean, my dad got inducted back in 2003, and he still has the discus and shot put record here. And my Uncle Brian's in the Hall of Fame as well. So we're definitely going to have some stuff to talk about at Thanksgiving, you know. So no, but it's again just like my grandpa was the one who got my uncle and my dad into it. You know, it's just been an amazing honor getting here, but also my grandpa Larry was such a mentor for me, and we actually lost him in the last couple of years, so that's been kind of tough, but, you know, I know he'd be so proud, and also of just like what I've accomplished, but also that it's more than just being an athlete. It's how you represent yourself, how you do things, and I think that is really important too, to look at like who is getting inducted tonight. I think and everyone in the hall and stuff, that there's more than just being an athlete. It's how you carry yourself. It's how you represent the University of Oregon.
With that in mind, I'm sure you touched on some of it, but who helped you get here?
I mean, my mom and my dad and my sister were, and all my friends who are here, but especially I'd like to say to my mom and my dad, Dean and Molly, just how instrumental they were, how, you know, they pushed me, they supported me, but they're also how loving they were, and they never would have, if I wanted to stop doing it, they would have been fine. They were just, you know, always there for me, and even when I stopped, they were, you know, it was okay. But they've always been my biggest supporters and biggest mentors, and I couldn't be more thankful. And I think that's another thing as I've gotten a little older, just to realize how thankful I am to have the family that I do, that I can turn to them, and the teammates that I had, and the team that we had was just, it's a very special team. So yeah, I got very fortunate to be able to come here.
Talking about the team, do you have some favorite memories as you've gone down memory lane and reflected?
Yeah, I mean, I have favorite memories, but like there are significant milestones like winning national championships and stuff like that, but I think the day-to-day, or like the journey with your teammates, the lifting in the early mornings when you're playing music at Hayward, and just like everybody's like working their butt off and stuff, and that there were so many people too. There was a lot of teammates, let's say, that they were instrumental in getting you to where you got, but they might not have made it to that meet, but they were just as important as anybody else. So I think that it was the kind of cliche, but it was the journey just as much as like the end. Yeah.
What's it meant to be a Duck?
You know, it's meant a lot, and I'm an Oregon. I think that means something to me too, because I'm an Oregonian, but like it doesn't really matter where you're from, but like that has been kind of a prideful thing too. It's just like going to Oregon has meant so much to me, and the people I've met, the teammates I've had, the coaches, the mentors, but also just getting to come back and see everybody. It's been a reunion too. So I'm just, again, to reiterate, I'm so honored to get to be part of this. I feel, you know, sometimes I feel like, how am I even getting it? Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is amazing, but yeah, it's been a ride of a lifetime, honestly.
Well, you certainly deserve all of the honors, right? I think we all agree.
Thank you.
Sam, congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Sam Crouser, I want to tell everyone, he and I talked before we went up on stage, and he was like, I just really want to make sure to talk about my family and just what it meant to me to because that is a legacy to live up to, right? Think about the pressure of that. Like your dad and your uncle are already in the Oregon Athletics Hall of Fame by the time you're competing, and he lived up to it. There's no doubt. Sam Crouser. Coming up, Janie Takeda-Reed now. Talk about one of the power couples of Oregon athletics. Keep it here on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
As a local community credit union founded by teachers, OnPoint is committed to supporting the students and faculty at the University of Oregon. And on game day, we're right there with you, on the field, in the bleachers, and in the classrooms. Drop by one of your local branches today and discover the many ways OnPoint can help support your financial well-being. OnPoint Community Credit Union. People are the point. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing opportunity.
When life blindsides you with an injury, you need a team that's tough. For over 30 years, Morgan & Morgan has been fighting for the people. This season, we're proud to partner with Oregon Athletics. Because whether it's on the field or in the courtroom, we're both determined to do what it takes to win. Morgan & Morgan, proud partner of Oregon Athletics. Injured? Dial pound law. Morgan & Morgan, 10150 Southwest 6th Avenue, Portland. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
You're listening to Duck Insider. Duck Insider on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
When I met both of them, it was like my missing pieces were found. Like it was just like an instant, these are my kids. If you're considering adopting a teen, just do it. Kids need families. I don't care the age, everybody deserves a family.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
My name is Teresa Barber. I was in the United States Navy and I served overseas in the Middle East and Africa. Early on in my career, I had a commander that taught our suicide prevention training, and the very next day he took his own life. 90% of suicide attempts involving a gun are fatal. My way of continuing my service is to help protect my community by being a responsible gun owner and by storing firearms safely. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
Back on Duck Insider, presented by OnPoint Community Credit Union. Joey Mack with you in the Country Financial Studio, talking about our 2025 Oregon Athletics Hall of Fame class. Did interviews up on stage with each of them during our induction ceremony. Heard from Jenna Prandini, Sam Crouser, the women's track and field teams from 11 through 14. Now how about Janie Takeda? She married Jake Reed. Pretty special to marry another Diamond great at the University of Oregon. Jake Reed ended up having a great MLB career, and Janie Takeda had a career that very few can even come close to. The first three-time All-American in program history sparked a golden era of Oregon softball that really has continued. Ducks won 3 Pac-12 titles, made 3 appearances in the Women's College World Series, and she finished, Janie Takeda did, her career as Oregon's all-time leader in hits, runs, stolen base, and at-bats, ranked second with a .392 batting average. She was named to the Pac-12 All-Freshman team, helped Oregon reach the Women's College World Series for the first time since 1989. A year later was a real breakout season and a key reason that Oregon was so successful, winning the Pac-12 title for the first time in program history. She's already in the Pac-12's Ring of Honor and now eligible for the University of Oregon Athletic Department Hall of Fame. She went on to become the first Duck to win an Olympic medal in softball. Helped Team USA earn a silver at the Tokyo Games in 2021. Great career for Janie Takeda-Reed, recognizing her up on stage.
Well, I'll say the same question to you. More nervous now, or staring down a 3-2 pitch, or trying to run on a 3-2 pitch maybe to second base?
Yeah, probably a toss-up, I would say.
That's great. Well, how has it been just being back around, Janie? Have you gone down memory lane some?
Yeah, so we got in a couple days ago. I got to watch my 2.5-year-old run all over campus, and we have a 3-month-old, so it's just, and I met my husband here, so it's been very surreal. We haven't been back since we've had kids, and so it's fun to see them walk the same streets that we went to class. It's very cool.
Well, maybe let's start there. Just meeting your husband here. Obviously, this is a special place for you both, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. We met freshman year, and I watched that video, and I'm just I was a baby. You come in as a kid, really, an 18-year-old kid, and we got married a couple years after college, and he debuted while I was in Tokyo, about to play in the Olympics. So our careers kind of went parallel in a lot of ways, and that was really awesome.
Well, I think then it's important here to note, we talk about just the amazing community that comes from this. And I've asked the teammates, right, about competitiveness. I'm curious about the competitiveness that you all have in your household.
Well, he's a pitcher, and I'm a hitter and a position player, so I think that's good.
But yeah, card games, all that, yeah, it can
great.
get a little dicey.
That's great. Favorite memories? What comes rushing back to you from your time here?
Like seeing Becky Sicily and just remembering like postseason. When I came into Oregon, we were a team that was kind of on the rise, and I couldn't have ever guessed that we were going to go to the World Series throughout of my 4 years. We had gone to super regionals my like junior and senior years of high school, and we were really scrappy. And I come in, and we hadn't been to the World Series since 1989. And like my freshman year is kind of when we started to come into our own. And so to be a part of that class in my 4 years was incredible.
Well, to follow up on that, I mean, it's a true like golden era with Oregon softball, right? Like just so much success. What's that meant? Just that legacy that you helped build?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's unbelievable. When I committed, I was on a very talented travel team, and all these girls are going to these big schools. And at the time, Oregon, like I said, was kind of like towards the bottom of the pack. And then, during my 4 years, it's like I'm beating my former teammates within the pack, or we're going to the World Series. And so again, to build that, and then, the Jane was built the year after I left, and I always felt like me and my teammates had a lot of pride in like being a part of those teams that helped, gain some momentum to get that stadium built and all those things.
Going back to, I know that your journey was one that you wanted to talk about tonight, just your recruitment, why you chose Oregon and how it worked out for you.
Yeah, so big shout out to my mom. She's the ultimate softball mom. May not, be able to catch or throw very well, but she, but she noticed that Oregon got a new coaching staff. I can picture her like in our living room, the computer hutch, and she's like looking up all the programs and getting email addresses and sending emails on my behalf. And I wasn't quite sure. Sure enough, she sent out an email. We start seeing the neon yellow sweatshirts showing up at showcases. And then before I know it, I'm on an unofficial visit in January watching a group of girls practice in the freezing cold rain. And I'm like, yep, I'm in, let's do this. So I always say, if you commit in January, especially I'm from Southern California, like you really gotta wanna play for the Ducks.
Yeah. Who else do you want to thank? Who else helped you get here tonight?
Well, I have both my parents. My dad was my hitting coach all growing up. Yeah, I have two older sisters, grew up in a softball family. I have one of those really, really supportive families that I'm just so grateful for, always showing up to games. I have memories of my dad would come visit. We would get the keys to the mow because we didn't have an indoor at that time, and drop the cages down, even on a Sunday after a series, just like a comfort thing. I always grew up just hitting with my dad, and so, I just can't thank him enough for the influence that he's had on my career. Again, my mom. I have two aunts, my uncle, my sister who's holding my 3-month-old in the back. Thank you so much, Allison. And so yeah, I have a ton, my teammates, my coaches. Like I said, I came in kind of like an under-recruited, timid player, and they helped me develop into into my own, someone that had like my own craft, my own identity, and then went on to get to play in the Olympics.
Well, thanks for being a Duck. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Janie Takeda-Reed celebrating Oregon softball, and one of the best. And Saul Galvan's here, voice of Oregon softball again this season. And Saul and I were just talking about how it's 10 years of the Jane. Janie helped build the Jane. And it's 60 years of Oregon softball. Pretty incredible. Timeout, we're going to come back and talk with a couple little-known football players on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
At Shadow Hills Country Club, we're more than just an award-winning golf course and practice facility. Our events team offers all-inclusive event pricing that allows us to take care of all the details while you enjoy your event. Our indoor and outdoor venues offer you a wide variety of fully staffed options that put the focus on you. From weddings to business and social events, at Shadow Hills Country Club Events Center, you get the benefits of a resort atmosphere and amenities in a peaceful country setting, just minutes from downtown Eugene. Call for a tour today or visit shadowhillsevents.com.
Hey, Duck fans, at Country Financial, they make insurance easy. Whether you're shopping for home, auto, or more, their representatives will take the time to understand your specific needs and explain what options work best for you. Worry less and feel more confident knowing you're covered. Visit countryfinancial.com to get started today. Experience more with Country Financial. Auto and home insurance policies issued by Country Mutual Insurance Company, Country Preferred Insurance Company, and Country Casualty Insurance Company, Bloomington, Illinois.
Duck Insider continues from the Country Financial Studios in 1 minute on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
This message is for Shauna, my mom who just finished her high school diploma. I wanted to say I'm so proud of you for finishing school. You taught me it's never too late to achieve your dreams. I hope to make you as proud as you have made me.
When you graduate, they graduate. Finish your high school diploma for you and for them. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Don't act like that. Don't wear that. Don't think that. I've heard everything you tell yourself every time you felt different. And I want you to know that you can be vulnerable and powerful. That taking care of your mind is taking care of everyone you love and who loves you. Love your mind. Find mental health resources at loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
I'm coming home to the place that I remember. Back to the land of my first love. Would you spread while you're off for this wayward sun? I left my heart.
Our 2025 Oregon Athletics Hall of Fame special here on Duck Insider, presented by OnPoint Community Credit Union. I'm in the Country Financial Studio, and earlier this year, we had the chance to talk with first Hroniss Grasu, a 4-year starter at center for Oregon teams that won the Rose Bowl twice and the Fiesta Bowl once, and played for the CFP National Championship. The Ducks went 48-7 during Hroniss Grasu's career. He earned first-team All-America honors as both a junior and a senior. He was also a 2-time finalist for the Remington Trophy, given to the nation's top center. A third-round pick by the Chicago Bears in the 2015 NFL Draft, played 9 seasons in the NFL. Hroniss Grasu, one of the best that Oregon has ever seen, inducted into the 2025 Oregon Athletics Hall of Fame class.
How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Phenomenal. Let's start with just the Grasu tribe, as it's been described to me.
There's a reason why there's a sellout crowd here tonight.
Can we hear from the Grasu tribe for just a moment? I want to start there, Hroniss. I know that means a lot to you tonight, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it means everything. My family has been there through all the ups and downs in my whole career, my whole life, especially my parents. My mom and my dad are my heroes. I've looked up to them since the day I can remember. They taught me how to be kind and how to be humble, and most importantly, just how to work hard. And then my brother, who only reason why I started playing football is because of him. So, and we just grew up competing against each other, and he literally always, he's my biggest fan. He's my biggest supporter. He's been there with me every step of the way. And then, I mean, of course, my wife, Sabrina. I finally beat her at something in sports. And it's getting to the Oregon Hall of Fame simply because I'm just older than her. But I know she'll be up here soon, but she's the most amazing human being, most amazing person, and I can't thank her enough.
Well, I always talk about this in these settings, and that it takes a village, but it also takes a lot of hard work and a lot of people around you. And I know the coaching staff particularly meant a lot to you, the way that they helped you along your journey.
Yeah, the run that we had while Marcus led the whole way while we were here, the coaching staff, the support staff, the trainers meant everything to us. They're the reason why this whole thing was rolling the way it was rolling. I have to do a shout out to in the training room, Miss Kim Terrell. Not only did she take care of my body, kept me in one piece, but she introduced me to my wife, Sabrina. But then also, the most important person at Oregon for me is Steve Greatwood. He was my, yes. I think there's a lot of football players here that Coach Greatwood touched all of them, mentored them, and just like really, really means a lot to him and a lot to us. But Coach Greatwood, to me, he kind of just, he believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. And my family, I can't thank him enough for what he's done for me and my family. He's been a second father to me since I got here, and I just want to say thank you, Coach.
Favorite memories, stories to tell tonight?
Favorite memories. Favorite game, definitely the Rose Bowl game against Florida State, first ever college football playoff game. But the best memory of all is just the entire time that I was here. Like Sam said, just be able to reflect back. Like when my family and my friends talk about Oregon, we all get kind of emotional because of the relationships we made here, the teammates that have become my best friends for the rest of my life. They're all here in attendance, and I can't thank you guys enough for all showing up. It really means the world to me. But I would say just being able to run down the tunnel in Alton Stadium. Marks and I always talked about, like, we would give anything up to be able to go play in Alton Stadium one more time. Whatever it took, we would do it, but can't make that happen. But yeah.
Never say never. Who knows?
Yeah, I never know. Well, I mean, Sabrina got to do it, and Matt Niderita.
You know, and I have to ask, too, just how special it is to be here tonight with Marcus. I know that must feel special for both of you.
Yeah, I have to say, like, I know I'm in this chair right now because of Marcus. He made me look really, really good. He made all of us look really good, but not only is he the greatest football player I know, but he's the greatest person I know as well. I look up to him today about not just being a good athlete, but most importantly, a good person. He is the ultimate example of what you want in this university, what you want to do in life. He just kept overcoming many adversities and just came up on top every time.
You've touched on it a little bit, but I'll end with this. Just what's the feeling like sitting up here today, encompassing what it's meant to be a Duck?
Yeah, it means everything. Being a Duck, this is where I met my wife. This is where I met many friends, the relationships that will last a lifetime. We love Oregon. We come back every year, multiple times a year, and we'll continue on being great ambassadors for this university and this community. And just everything about this school, can't thank them enough.
Thanks for being a Duck. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hroniss Grasu. And coming up, we're going to talk about the guy that he appreciates a lot. I think we all do. Marcus Mariota. That's next on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
As a local community credit union founded by teachers, OnPoint is committed to supporting the students and faculty at the University of Oregon. And on game day, we're right there with you, on the field, in the bleachers, and in the classrooms. Drop by one of your local branches today and discover the many ways OnPoint can help support your financial well-being. OnPoint Community Credit Union. People are the point. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing opportunity.
We know you turn to the Duck Store for all your game day needs. And for students at the University of Oregon, it's even more. Class supplies, jobs, a seat on our board, a place to take a quick coffee break. Because we're your student-first, non-profit college store, every purchase you make directly supports the very community we serve. From working at our counters to studying in the classroom, from directing our stores to cheering in the stands, the people we serve, the students, are the very people who are the Duck Store.
More Duck Insider from the Country Financial Studios after this on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
I'm Chris Jakimick. I served in the United States Air Force, and I deployed 3 times. being a veteran, it's interwoven into your DNA, is really the absence of the connection and the purpose that can really drive a lot of veterans to some negative thoughts. For those who are in a suicidal crisis, the window of time to save somebody's life is very short. Our duty is to protect ourselves and protect our families, and one way you can do that is store your weapons safely. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
This message is for Karina, our mom who finished her high school diploma at age 28. Hi, Mom. It's Emmettith and Nicholas. Congratulations on getting your diploma. You worked so hard and have taught us so much. We love you.
When you graduate, they graduate. Finish your high school diploma for you and for them. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
You know you make me wanna take my heels up and throw my hands up and throw my head back and come on now. So good to see you.
Duck Insider presented by OnPoint Community Credit Union. Joey Mack here in the Country Financial Studio. Hroniss Grasu, really complimentary of one Marcus Mariota as we continue to celebrate the 2025 Oregon Athletics Hall of Fame class. Well, I think we're all pretty appreciative of what Marcus Mariota has done for the sport, the community, and so much more. The most decorated football player in school history. He led Oregon to more wins, 36, than any of his contemporaries in 3 seasons, while breaking numerous school and conference records, leading Oregon to the 2015 CFP National Championship game. Mariota became the Ducks' first Heisman Trophy winner ever, while also earning Oregon's second unanimous first-team All-America award of all time. He won the Player of the Year by the Associated Press, the Walter Camp Football Foundation, and the Maxwell Award. Recognized by the Davey O'Brien and Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Awards, the nation's top collegiate quarterback. The list goes on and on. Just unfurl the scroll for Oregon's Heisman winner, Marcus Mariota. This studio is located atop the Marcus Mariota Sports Performance Center. Need I say more?
How you doing?
I'm good. A little jet lag, but I'm good.
A little bit. I appreciate the honesty. I mean, you've got a lot going on. He'll be on ESPN bright and early tomorrow in case anybody wants to tune in. How's it feel being up here tonight?
Oh, man. Unbelievable. It's, as you reflect, like, just an incredible group of athletes that we had here during our time, and had a moment just talking with Mr. Greatest Athlete of himself, Mr. Eaton over there. And just like the true, genuine of our time here was unbelievable. Like, I think we were just very lucky to be a part of it, whether it's the coaches, whether it's the training staff, just the culmination of all that. Like, during our time as athletes here was a very special time.
How much did that rising tide across the athletic department rise all of your boats? It just seems like the competitive spirit was so fiery.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And I think, like, all these athletes can attest to it, but just like we were doing a lot of stuff together, whether it was like in the summer workouts or there's Heroes, like it was such a close-knit group of athletes, and I really think that's why we found success in our fields.
Who helped you get here tonight?
Oh, they're all sitting across the... I'm with the Grassers. I think there's a reason why there was a lot of people here tonight. But, I mean, mom and dad, my brother, my beautiful wife, my kids, got a lot of my guys from home, my teammates at Oregon, the coaches, like, we're a result of a lot of people's hard work and sacrifice, and I'm no different. And I just truly am thankful for being here and having the opportunity to play for Oregon.
Well, I got to tell you, I clocked your little one pointing to the monitor and saying, "Hey, that's you," right? What's that feel like right now, just to be able to share that with the family?
Yeah, very, very special. You know, it's funny now that we have kids, like, looking at it. They'll give us grief here when they're older, like, "Oh, you weren't that good of an athlete," you know, or talking to my wife about how she didn't play soccer, you know, like. It'll be fun to be able to get competitive with them and show them that we were once pretty good athletes.
You have some favorite memories that have come to mind as you think through it tonight?
You know, the time on the field was unbelievable, but I think, like, my favorite memories were, like, outside of the field. One in particular, like, I think everybody understands, like, Coach Radcliffe's, like, time management. So, like, he would say, hey, you got to work out at 6:30, but really like it was like 6:27 or like 6:29. And I remember vividly, like, we had a moment during winter workouts where it was snowing. We had like a 5:30 on a Friday. And I'm sitting there and like, there's no way he's making this run. There's no way. And we get to the field, and sure enough, he, regardless of the weather, would always have a very unique tracksuit on, whether it was from the 70s, 80s, or 90s. And he comes sprinting out of the HDC, like ready to roll at 5:28 or whatever it was in the morning. And we're all sitting there like, and the biggest thing is he always does the workouts. So like, you can't complain because Coach Radcliffe's out there doing the workouts, so you have to do it. And we get through this workout, it was snowing, and he ends up bringing out a bunch of like inner tubes and lets us like, you know, just ride down his hill and just have a good time with that. So whether it was the football and all that was awesome, but I think my favorite memories were the times outside of it and the things that we had to do as athletes together, and those are the things that I'll look back and cherish the most.
Well, I just want to come back to we talk about the community and just what this place has meant to so many. What's it meant to you? What's it meant to be a Duck?
Oh, everything. Thankful I had the opportunity to play here. Thankful that we still call this home. Thankful I still get to train here and see all these athletes that come through here. It's changed my life, and forever grateful for it. I look back on it and think of all the good times that we had as a group, and it's fun that we get to be able to spend these moments together now and look back on it. But we're a green and yellow family through and through, and I'll never change that for the rest of my life.
Well, thanks for being a Duck. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Marcus Mariota, the final that we recognize today on our Oregon Athletics 2025 class Hall of Fame special edition of Duck Insider. Congratulations once again to those teams from Oregon Track and Field, 11-14, Jenna Prandini, Sam Crouser, Janie Takeda-Reed, Hroniss Grasu, and Marcus Mariota. Tomorrow on the program, Jerry and Jorgie join us. We talk about this iteration of Oregon football. Also, our men's basketball Pit Crew alumni game. That's coming up on Saturday. See you tomorrow.
You said you'd never buy your kid candy from the checkout aisle. Or forget extra diapers. You'd never lick your thumb to clean their face.